Hello, happy Monday. Welcome to this week's video. So this week I want to talk to you a little bit about burnout. Okay, I've experienced this myself. It's not pleasant. Okay, so here are some steps, some ways that you can avoid burnout, but also most importantly to recognize the symptoms of what burnout actually looks like. Okay, and it's really common. So if you are feeling burnt out, you're not alone, and there is a way to get yourself back on track and feeling better. Okay, so some of the burnt out kind of symptoms that you could be feeling, you could be suffering with, are you could be getting a little bit more cynical, a little bit more critical about things. Instead of seeing things through the eyes of love, from a happy perspective, from a positive perspective, you could be getting really kind of antsy about stuff, critical and cynical. It could be that you feel like you're dragging yourself to work. That spark, that energy, the positivity that used to get up and be excited about going to work has stopped, and you feel like, oh God, I've got to get to work, not in the mood, can't be bothered, don't feel motivated. You could be feeling a little bit like that. It could be that you're becoming more irritable, a little bit more impatient with people that you work with, or customers or clients. It's not good to get impatient. It's not good to get irritable, especially not with people that you work with and potentially your clients. So that's one to really kind of recognise, okay? It could be that you're feeling less productive. It could be that you're feeling like you lack energy and enthusiasm to deal with a project. You could be wanting to launch something. You could be wanting to, plan an event or a promotion, but you just can't be bothered to get started, okay? It could be that you are working away and yet you're just finding it really difficult to concentrate, and you need to keep taking little breaks and having a coffee, having a cup of tea, and you just can't quite focus, okay? It could be that you're achieving something and you're recognised for achieving something. It could be a client says, oh, thank you, that was the best treatment I've had forever. It could be somebody that you work with praises you, but you just don't have that sense of achievement yourself. You don't see it. You're just like, oh, it's all right. You could be feeling a little bit like that. It could be that you are feeling a little bit disillusioned about where your life's going, about where your career's going. You know, what am I doing here? Why am I still doing this? I thought I was destined for more. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? This isn't what I had planned. Why has life served me up what I'm doing today? You could be starting to think a little bit like that. It could be that you're starting to use things to make you feel a little bit better. It could be that you're having an extra glass of wine. It could be that you are indulging in a few more cakes or pizzas or takeaways. It could be that you've even turned to drugs in some description. It could also be that your sleeping habits have really changed. You're going to bed later, you're not particularly sleeping well, you're getting up the next day tired before you even start the day, on top of everything else that you're potentially feeling. And at the weekend, you're wasting the weekend because you're in bed, because you're knackered. It could be that you're starting to get the physical symptoms of burnout. Headaches, regular headaches, upset tummies, digestive problems. It could be aches and pains, your shoulders are hurting, your neck is aching from tension. So if you're feeling any of those, you could be at burnout. Okay, I'm not giving medical advice here. So if you're feeling those, always check yourself out with the doctor, but it could be that you are at burnout. So you might have gone, yeah, there's quite a few on that list. And I know when I've been at burnout before, I would say pretty much every single one of those was on my list. And I was like, oh, how do I get out of this one then? Okay, and here are some steps to get out of this situation. Number one, exercise. Now, this doesn't mean you whack on your Lycra and you go for a run if you're not a runner. This doesn't mean you pop on your sports outfits and you go and sign up to the gym today. Exercise comes in all sorts of forms. Find something that makes you feel good. Relatively in a comfort zone, because we don't want to stress you out when you're burnt out. Something that you feel comfortable and able to do. It could just be a weekly walk in a park on your own, with your dog, with a friend, okay? Getting in the sunlight, getting in the daylight, getting out in nature, physically moving your body. It could be that you get yourself a treadmill and you whack it in your lounge, your spare room, your kitchen, wherever, your dining room, and you go on there for 10 minutes every day and you listen to the most upbeat, motivational music that you can find, something that you loved when you were a teenager, okay? Make time for solitude. Number two. Oh, solitude. You're probably going, what's that? Especially if you've got kids. Solitude is really important to step away from the noise of life, the noise of home, the telly, the radio, the kids, the partners, the friends, the family, the work, the pings, everything. Find time for solitude. And even if it's just 5 minutes, you get home from work, you pull up on your drive or outside your house, you're in the car, and you stay in there for 5 minutes. You turn the engine off, you close your eyes, palms up, rest on your legs, breathe. Give yourself 5 minutes to digest the day you've had before you step out and go into your house. It could be simple as that. It could be that you maybe work from home, or maybe you have the access to outside when you're at work. You know, a courtyard, go for a walk into the park at lunchtime. Take yourself off somewhere and just sit on a bench, sit on a chair, stand on a balcony if it's the only space that you've got to be outside, and just give yourself those 5 minutes. Number three, engage in positive self-talk. And this is actually quite difficult. If you've got a bit of a negative mindset, you might struggle with this one. You might have to go and do some extra learning around positive self-talk, okay? But if you engage in positive self-talk, it's a little bit like when you first start, it's a little bit like having an argument with this person on this shoulder and this person on this shoulder. I can't do it. Of course you can do it. I'm always too knackered. Make time to do the exercise. It will give you energy. I can't eat the right food. I just want cake. Choose a variety and allow yourself a treat occasionally. It could be that kind of positive self-talk. So anything that you think of negatively, what could you say to yourself positively as a debate, an argument? Put forward the positive argument, okay? So really start to try to think about the thoughts that you have and see if you can flip them into a positive thought instead. Number 4, get out more and experience life. When we're at burnout, we're probably feeling really, really consumed. Really consumed, really tired, really not in the mood, really, why would I want to do that? I don't want to go there. I'm not in the mood for this. You're probably in that kind of headspace. Actually, what you need to do is you need to quickly change that behaviour, the thought processes, the action you normally take, the eating of the cake, the drinking of the wine, the laying on the sofa, the doing not a lot, no exercise, the spending hours on social media. And actually what you need to do is get up and go out. Get up and go out, make plans, take yourself to the supermarket, have a browse, okay? If it's the evening and you think, oh, I don't know where to go, I'm on my own, go to the supermarket. Pick up a couple of things that you know you're going to need next week, but have a browse, do something different. Ring up a friend, can I pop round, can I have a cup of tea? Make arrangements to meet somebody once a week, to get you out of the routine that you're currently in, to get you out of the unstuck place and start to experience life. Baby steps. You choose what you're comfortable with. Number 5, fear learn from the failure. So often we feel a lot of fear when we think about failure. You know, we're like, oh, I can't do it, I'm never going to be able to do it, and I'm never going to be the person who, and we feel like that failure can really hold us back from moving forward. That fear can hold us back from moving forward. And actually, fear is false evidence appearing real. Fear is an illusion. Fear isn't real, okay? So if we're thinking we failed, why would on earth you have failed? You can never fail at anything. You can never fail at anything, because everything has a lesson. And when you have a lesson, you have a learning. When you have learning, you have growth. And when you have growth, you have transformation. So you can't fail at anything in life. It's an illusion. It's rubbish. It's not ever going to happen, because everything gives you the opportunity to grow and to transform, okay? So don't fear failure, and don't let failure give you fear. Stop that cycle and move into, what can I learn through this? What learning can I have that will help me to grow? Where does my growth take me? How can I use that growth to transform my life, okay? Number 6, cultivate both humour and curiosity. It's always good to laugh. You know, find things that make you chuckle, okay? Whether it's a television programme that you used to watch as a kid and you used to just belly laugh over. Whether it's making a date out with your girlfriends and have those giggles, those conversations that just light you up. Whether it's you listen to a certain podcast or you love a bit of comedy, find things that make you laugh. It could be playing with your kids. Instead of where you felt burnt out and you're like, just go to your room, do your work, listen to your telly, bring them in, put on a show, show me what you've learnt at school, show me what you do at drama and dance class or whatever, and have a real giggle with them. Enjoy the moments. Have the curiosity about life. What more can you do? What more is out there? What more is possible? Ask the questions, okay? Number 7, have realistic expectations of yourself. You don't need to compare yourself with anybody. You are you. You are completely unique. There is nobody else like you. So it's good to look around, especially if you're in business, it's good to look around to see what other people are doing, to be inspired, to feel motivated that other women are doing great things too, because that means it's a possibility for you. Don't compare yourself in a negative way. Take from other people the goodness. Take other people's zest for life, okay? And feel it and allow it to kind of energize you, so you do your best work, so you feel great about what you do, so you can stand fast and feel confident in yourself and your own skills and your own knowledge, and know that you're on a journey, and how you work today is going to be different to how you work in 5 months, in 5 years, in 15 years. And know and trust that everything that's meant to be will happen. Everything that you will need, you will receive, okay? So really kind of trust the process. And these things might sound a bit like, I don't know about that. You might feel a little bit kind of cynical because your burnt out brain is talking. You might feel a little bit like, oh God, that's lots to do. Well, you don't have to do all of this. These are suggestions, these are ideas, these are things that you could try. Maybe pick a few and go, well, I'm going to start with those and see how you feel. Really kind of tap into as much positivity as you possibly can. Really kind of challenge those voices, the negative talk versus the positive talk. You know, really try to spend time, quiet time, where you can be mindful, where you can digest how you're feeling and process the day and allow yourself to just be, but also give yourself the time to think through challenges, to think through processes. instead of trying to navigate things when life is chaotic and crazy and you feel out of control and overwhelmed, pull that back in and give yourself time to be on your own. A little bit of solitude, a little bit of quietness, so you can navigate your way through the challenges without all the noise going on around you. So this week, perhaps, have a think about those things. Have a think about, how do I feel? Am I exhibiting? Do I feel any of the symptoms of burnout? If so, what are they? Maybe write them down. Get a journal, write them down, put them in your phone, put them on a notepad, anywhere, just so you can kind of allow them to come out and onto paper. Because sometimes just brain dumping, allowing those thoughts, those concerns to come out from your head, from the whizziness, onto paper, almost starts the process of healing. Okay, so think about your symptoms, make a note of your symptoms, address and witness those symptoms, and then, like I say, think about some of the suggestions that I've said, but maybe you have your own, maybe you've got some other ideas of ways that you can combat feeling burnt out. And, you know, even potentially go one step forward and think, I'm going to create a bit of a plan. You know, I'm going to try and do this on a Monday night and this on a Wednesday, and I'm going to have a quiet time on a Thursday, and whatever the case may be, and really kind of tap into your well-being. Because for you to live your best life, for you to feel empowered and capable and strong and knowing and trustworthy of yourself, that you can face challenges that life throws at you, you have to recognise your limits, and you have to be able to witness those limits coming in where you're pushing up against them and you're starting to get symptoms, is to witness those early enough that you can take action, that they don't escalate. So I hope this video has been really useful for you. Feel free to leave a comment or connect with me, and I'll see you next week.